my 75th episode of Catan, and we are cruising right along. So this is the 4-island scenario within Cities and Nights on Catan Universe. We're playing online. We're also playing in a season. So in a season, I think you can win certain things. I just want to play, but I click on seasons sometimes just to see if I can rank up against the legendary people. But it's really hard to get the legendary status because you pretty much have to win every match. And in this video, I'm just going try hard because some of you wanted to see me take a break from the unorthodox challenges and just play my heart out in this game. But every time I try to do that, I always end up losing, which doesn't make sense. Like, if you play the game normally and you don't limit yourself, you should in theory be able to win, right? And I'm trying to do that, but it just doesn't work. And it's showcased in this video, but I'm gonna keep going try hard until I win, because eventually I'll have to win, right? So in this one, I build on the 9 stone, 4 wheat, 11 wheat at the top of your screen first with my settlement. And I come up with my city at the 5 sheep, 8 wood on the bottom right of your screen. But as you can see by now, the barbarians came and paid us a visit, and so I had to get rid of it because I didn't have a knight activated. I didn't have a knight on the board whatsoever. And green and red both had knights, so their cities were safe from the barbarians. And thus, that's kind of a good indicator as to who's going to have a very good chance at winning the game, hint, hint. And the ones that downgraded their cities, me and orange, whatever color that is. It's like an orange, but it's also like a yellow, but it's also like a gold. Rosh004, that's the username I'm referencing. And I finally do get a settlement on that wheat board off of the 6 wood, because 6s were getting rolled a lot, so I figured I'd hop on that. And then I also have road building, so I'm going to use that before someone uses spy and steals it from me, because I do see that red is built on a 5 stone with a city. So anytime a 5 is rolled, which it just got rolled that turn, they would get a stone and a coin, and then they could upgrade the politics city improvements. And he had a road building of his own. So the very next turn, he's like, I will match you with road building. He matches me with building a settlement, because I also built a settlement on that 9 brick 4 wheat. Then he also puts down a knight, and then he upgrades both of his knights with smith. So he matches my turn and then 1-ups me. And that's going to be an indicator of who does better than me this game, which is going to be red for sure. So he has, if he's getting coin, he's upgrading the politics city improvements. And those blue progress cards contain spy among other progress cards. And spy means when you play it, you can steal another person's progress cards. You can look at them, and then you can choose whichever one you want. And players can hold up to 4 progress cards. But if you get a dice roll and you receive a progress card from the colored dice, on your turn, if you get a 5th progress card, you get to keep it. And then that is the maximum amount of progress cards you're able to have at any one time. But here, I stole their paper with a trade monopoly, but I didn't have a city, so I couldn't use it. I just wanted to steal it to prolong red and green from getting the science bonus, which it helped kind of a little bit, but eventually they both got it. Actually, eventually everyone got the science bonus except for me, which is nice, right? So always try to get the science bonus. Get 1 paper for level 1, and then get another 2 paper for level 2, and then get another 3 paper for level 3. So you need 6 paper to get the science bonus. And you want to try to get that as early on in the game as you can. And of course, if you don't get it, you're probably going to struggle, honestly. It's just a really good bonus, because anytime one of your numbers is not rolled and a 7 is not rolled, you get 1 card of your choice. 1 resource. You don't get 1 commodity of your choice. So no paper, no coin, and no cloth, but you do get 1 of the main 5 resources of your choice. So basically, as long as the 7's not rolled, you're getting a resource, at least 1 resource every single turn, which is just the best. So, of course, more 7s that are rolling left and right, and they're going to screw me over later in the game because I'm going to have more than 7 cards, and at this point I don't have any cities. I don't even have city walls to even dream about. So I do get a wood from Resource Monopoly, and I can get up to 2 wood from each player. So I trade that in 4 for 1 because I still don't have a 3 for 1 port, or I don't have a merchant at this point. But I'm able to build another settlement. And at this point, I have 5 settlements on the board, which is the max you can have in this scenario. And I have 0 cities. And that is very, very unfavorable. So don't be like me. Hold off on the settlements. I know it's attractive to build them because it's kind of easy if you're just getting a lot of brick and wood and sheep and wheat. But just save up, especially in cities and knights, and get your cities on the board as quickly and early as you can, because in the long run, it will help you. So I promise I wasn't trying to be unorthodox. That's just the way it was working out. I was like, man, I need to build something rather than just build nothing and keep getting cards stolen or 7s rolled. So I do get a city wall off the engineer. That's for free. That's kind of one of the weaker progress cards in my opinion, because I mean, a city wall only costs 2 brick, so you could have used one of those green progress cards for something a little more snazzy to screw over other players and whatnot. Now, red just built a settlement there, so red has 4 settlements on the board and 1 city, and just got a 2nd city because red got mining. Oh, crane. Can red slow down at all? Like, red is just running away with this game. Now, red may only have the lead by a point, but red has an island all to themselves down there. And green is doing really good, actually, for only building on 1 island to start out with. And look at this hot trade real quick. Let me just say, Rosh004, he's way behind with 4 points, so he tried to just get 1 wheat. If I had a wheat, I would have taken that, but I guess no one had a wheat or whatever. But it's a bold trade to put out there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take longest road, because I know someone's gonna take it eventually. And it's 2 victory points, so if I can keep 2 victory points away from red and green, then I'm doing okay. Because at this point I do have a city, I do have 4 settlements, I do have longest road, and I am in a position to build another settlement on that 8 wood at the bottom of your screen. Green does use a spine and takes my intrigue, but I don't care about it. And or actually, no, that might have been that was sabotage, yeah. So I get an intrigue later. So it's he uses the sabotage next turn, and then I have to burn cards because I have more points than him. So I do have 10 points right now, and we're playing to 16 victory points in this scenario. But I just don't have enough traction. I don't have enough cities on the board to be rolling in a lot of resources. And red just has the setup, honestly, because with that knight in the middle of the 6 wood, 10 brick, 11 wheat, he can just flip it over to chase the robber away and then be on his way gathering all that wood and paper. Oh, and I'm zooming in right here to show you that there's a ship. He's going to move right there at that location on the 10 brick, because he figured out if you build on new islands in the 4 island scenario, you get 1 victory point for the settlement and then 2 extra special victory points for just kind of discovering a new island, so to speak. So 1 settlement equals 3 victory points. Green actually beats them to the punch by building on that island that red owned by himself. Well, actually, red owns 2 islands by himself pretty much before green went and built on that 3 sheep. And then Rash004 gets in on the action with 3 victory points and with 1 settlement placement. So everybody's figuring it out but me. I should have done that as well, but I'm just a little too far out of reach, because I need 4 ships at this point to get over to either that island on the top left or 4 ships for the bottom left. So red is going to figure it out, do his trades. He has a stone port, and he also has a 3 for 1 port. So he gets the 3 victory points. He's up to 11. The barbarians are going to come in, and he has the most knights, so he will get a 1 defender of Catan victory point, which bumps him up to 12. And I'm still stuck at 10, so I just build a ship. That's all I can do on that turn. And it's just to throw it out there, just to have longest road just for a little bit longer. But then red builds a ship, and then builds another ship. So now he's touching the 4 brick, and he is tied with me for the longest shipping route, which is the longest in Seafarers. It's the longest connection of ships and roads in a single line. So he literally needs to build 1 road or 1 ship, but thankfully I do build a ship on that turn, which is, again, not much, but it's a little bit. And then red rolls a 2, and I'm just like, really? Of all times to roll a 2, this is not the time. I am struggling here. I need 4s, I need 9s, I need 8s and 6s, and maybe a 5. So red needs 2 more roads or ships to take longest road. Also, red is about to build a settlement on that 4 brick and get another 3 victory points. And just look at the intelligence, the placement. Just building on the 11 brick and then scooting over 2 more to the 4 brick just to get 2 new islands and 6 victory points in a quick few turns. That's some mastery right there of Catan, if I say so myself. So I'm at 11 now, but it's just really not enough. And thankfully 9s were kind of getting rolled later in the game, but as you're going to see, as green gets 12 victory points, Rosh 004 rolls a 7. Actually, green's at 13 now. And because of these 7s late in the game, all the good rolls I was getting were just getting countered and, neglected because 7s. I need more city walls. Because I have 1 city wall, which means I can have up to 9 cards without having to get rid of cards. But I would need another city wall to have a maximum of 11 without getting rid of cards. And the most city walls you can have in any Cities Unites game is 3, which means you can carry a maximum of 13 cards in Cities Unites without having to burn cards when a 7 is rolled. And green unfortunately gets kicked from the game because that happens to at least 1 player every time I play online, and just doesn't get to see their defeat right near the end of the game. Because the game is only going to go for a few more turns here. And I'm just like, you know what, let me just build a city. I'll get to 12. I still need 4 more victory points. I still have longest road barely, but we all knew it was coming. Red just had way too much momentum, way too many good rolls. He built on 2 islands by himself, and we all just kind of let it happen. And I probably should have built on that lower left island because there's a lot of good stuff there. Oh, red has a 2nd road building in the same game. And of course 2 more ships, and that spells our doom. So he gets the 17 victory points, which is 1 more than what you needed. So thank you for watching. I will still go try hard in any version of Catan. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.